7. Barrett outside the switch. Doncic goes over. And then he hammers it home. Broke his ankles.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all is well. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. I really do appreciate it. And as you guys know, the New York Knicks did not come out victorious versus the Indiana Pacers, as they fall to 2-1 when it comes to the NBA preseason. As one more game remaining, we're going to be taking on the Washington Wizards. It's probably not going to be the best game to watch, especially with the Kristaps Porzingis that went on to injure his ankle after actually having a pretty damn solid game when it came to the preseason. I believe he put up 20 points in that one, but that's obviously been the theme of Kristaps Porzingis' career. He's talented. Obviously, he has some Achilles heels to his game, but he just cannot stay healthy consistently throughout his NBA career if it's with the Knicks, with the Mavericks, Wizards. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked, so we could talk about the negatives of that game, the New York Knicks and Indiana Pacers game last night. I'm not going to overreact, but there are certain things that you're like, the New York Knicks need to clean up chemistry-wise. We don't know the ceiling of this Knicks team until maybe we reach the halfway point of the regular season. Obviously, there's going to be an adjustment period with a brand new acquisition when it comes to second unit of an Isaiah Hartenstein, a brand new point guard of Jalen Brunson, who's making questionable decisions at times, but I still think he was very physically tough out there and just played tough. Physically tough, and he was tough mentally out there on the basketball floor. But you could also look at it as like, we shouldn't overreact at all, especially because the second unit we were closing with, Emmanuel quickly, we know he's inconsistent controlling the flow of the offense, but Derrick Rose is going to be there with him. Obviously, Derrick Rose needs to stay healthy, but then you also take a look at Quentin Grimes as well. So that second unit we saw, we may not potentially see this season at all. Miles McBride, I still think it's possible that he's going to be in the G League. He gets after defensively, but I just think he's way too limited offensively, or he's not even quality enough offensively. That's not a hate towards Miles McBride, but I don't think he's decent enough offensively to really keep himself out there on the basketball floor. And then you look at the guards we have. I just don't think there's honestly a spot for Miles McBride. I do think he can be a nice energy guy defensively, but the flow of the offense and just how everything's going to be, it's going to be a lot different. And then you also take a look at a Cam Reddish. And this whole video is not about a recap, by the way. You see the title of the video, but I just wanted to talk about it real quick because I had some technical difficulties when it came to my live stream. Cam Reddish was non-existent. I understand the physical tools he has, but I honestly think some Knicks fans are just so in love with what he can be, and that's just not what he is right now. The Cam Reddish that was hyped up coming out of high school and the potential he was able to have coming out of Duke, that's just not what he is right now. There's times I'm like, is this dude trying out there on the basketball floor? He had some nice moments in the fourth quarter, knocking down a three, wheeling and dealing, being crafty, finishing around the rim, performing well off the dribble. But then he also had a costly turnover at the end of the game. But it's possible Cam Reddish doesn't get valuable minutes. It's possible Miles McBride doesn't get valuable minutes. But anyway, a huge thing I've taken away so far from these preseason games, though, and will it continue, is Julius Randle going to continue to sacrifice his hero ball play and not play like a hero anymore? Because I've been actually pleased with Julius Randle, what he's showing out there on the basketball floor. Yes, he's had still some questionable moments offensively. If it's a turnaround fadeaway jumper you think he might have forced, just dribbling out the ball a little too long and forcing up a three-pointer. But if you take a look at the whole sum of things of what Julius Randle has done this preseason, yes, it can change when it comes to the regular season, but he's been unselfish, he's played his role very well, and he has sacrificed his ball-dominant style of play, which I really do like. He's getting shots within the flow of the offense. And maybe it's Julius Randle finally accepting, or not finally accepting, he's like, okay, I don't have to be a hero anymore. He did have moments that he dribbled up the ball, but then it wasn't like Jalen Brunson was asking for the ball. Jalen Brunson is getting back, and Tibbs' philosophy, it seems like, is just like he's definitely, it seems like he's kind of preached this, especially when it comes to the preseason. Seems like we're getting out and running a little bit more, so maybe it was just like those situations, like, I don't care who it is, just dribble the ball before, let's try to get a huge bucket when it comes to transition, and it looked like Brunson was getting back anyway, so he was like, Randle, you could take care of this. But I think Randle's just starting to accept as well that he is a point guard that can create for him, and he doesn't have to do as much out there on the floor. Seeing him knock down catch and shoot threes, amazing. Is Randle some amazing threat from downtown? No, he is inconsistent. He's had more bad years or mediocre years than good years from three. Yes, he had that amazing year that he shot over 40% from three. When it came to, obviously, the whole virus breaking out, when there wasn't much fans, he was knocking down amazing fadeaway jumpers. But I think so far, he's done a good job taking advantages of mismatches and really using his size, which he should be doing. And I'm okay with the fadeaway jumpers if the paint is packed. And yes, there may be a smaller guy on him, but that might be the best shot in that situation. But the effort also looks like it's there as well. But we won't know Randle's true identity or what he really is until we see it in the regular season, like, consistently. Maybe when we're like 40, 50 games in, we're going to be like, yeah, okay, showing effort like he did that amazing year when he made it to the All-Star game. I'm not saying he's going to play like an All-Star, but can he just continue to play a team brand of basketball, for example, as well? And like in transition, in the Indiana Pacers game, I believe RJ threw it ahead to a Randle. Randle gave it up to a Mitchell Robinson in transition, threw it down. He's making the extra pass, and there's been a couple plays that he's sensing the double team a lot better. Or when RJ pushed ahead after a steal, he gave it up to Julius Randle, and Julius Randle handed it off to RJ. Very nice finish at the basket. A very nice give and go. And I always thought when you watch Julius Randle back in a Lakers uniform, Pelicans uniform, Knicks uniform, he is a good defender when he tries on that side of the ball or when he's disciplined. So the effort, like I personally think's been there when it comes to the preseason. Just a thing that
Today, Junior.
But a huge example here, again, it's just preseason. We have to see what happens in the regular season. I just like that he's playing his role. So 25 minutes last night. He only attempted 10 shots, but he made 5 of those shots because most of those shots were quality. A couple of them weren't the best of shots, but it seems like he's been taking better quality shots than not so great shots when it comes to the preseason. But he also finished with 8 rebounds, finished with 5 assists, he finished with 13 points. I'm okay with those numbers because he's getting the team involved. He's putting a product out there on the floor that is winning basketball. We didn't come out victorious, but you also have to keep in mind the starters didn't really play much when it came to that second half. Tibbs really valued playing those younger guys to really get experience, but he's playing a team brand of basketball. If the shot's open, he's going to take it. But it just seems like he's doing a better job sensing things and just dribbling the ball. It's such a small sample size, though. It is a 3-game sample size. I really don't understand that when it comes to the preseason. So I know some people are going to kill Randle no matter what. But no doubt about it, I think Randle's played a decent or smart brand of basketball. But can he keep up this high IQ style of basketball? Can he keep up the non-hero ball style of play as well? But keep it up, Julius Randle. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does this upcoming season. Not expecting him to be an all-star. But can he play a role, except that maybe he's not an all-star, but he's still a very quality player, and just make smarter decisions out there on the basketball floor. Rebound the ball hard. Just box out, because that's a thing we were very frustrated with last year, not boxing out. And some people are going to be like, oh, but he complained on the offensive foul when he extended his arm. I just honestly think that's what we have to live with. Julius Randle, like, some people like it, some people don't. He's an emotional player. He really cares about the game of basketball, but that's one thing, though. Like, outside of his play, he needs to learn how to control his emotions because it could hurt the team with a technical in a certain moment, because then it could lead to free throws and something we don't need that, obviously. We don't need players on this team that make huge mistakes when it comes to mentally or their emotions, but I really do think he truly cares, and a lot was going on in his mind last year. I'm not excusing his play last year. He was not great, but I think he has a fresh mindset this year, and I'm excited to see what he's going to go on to do. Let me know down below your thoughts. Peace out, y'all.